Now we're going to shuffle these fabrics so that we get 4 different fat quarter designs. So number 1 pile stays exactly the same. Number 2 pile, I'm going to take the top fabric and move it to the bottom. On number 3 pile, I'm going to take the top 2 fabrics and move them to the bottom. And on the 4th pile, I'm going to take the top 3 fabrics and move them to the bottom. Now I've shuffled them around so that I've got 4 different blocks. Now I have to make sure when I sew them together that I sew them correctly. So 3 will actually go to 4, and they will start with a 1/4 inch seam so that this lines up at the top. Doesn't matter about the bottom bit, but the top bit here must line up. When I've sewn those 2s together, then I'll add this pile, and the reason we line that up was because I've got a long seam here. So I'm going to sew those together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then sew that to that one. So I'm going to bring my machine in and just show you what I mean. I'm going to select the first 2 pieces that I'm going to join together. Now I've just pinned all my pieces together just so that when I was taking them to my machine I didn't drop them, because it can get awfully confusing if you do. And you'll find that your piles get out of order. I'm just going to move my bits of paper. Now I'm going to just drop one piece onto the other that I'm actually going to join together. You can, if you want to, pin these so that your tops are lined up. And I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam, so I'll just adjust my needle position. It doesn't have to be a perfect 1/4 inch seam. Remember, I'm a fly-by-the-nights, or fly-by-my-pants even, machine sew. Now I'm going to chain piece these together. It is easier if you place these on your knee. Have one pile on your right knee and one pile on your left knee. But be careful they do not drop onto the floor. I'm going to chain piece these together. Just be careful you do not grab 2 pieces of the layers at the same time, because you'll end up minus pieces when you get to the last piece. Don't worry if the bottoms don't line up. It's the top that we need lined up. Because I've chained pieced these, I now know that they are in order still. Now I'm going to cut between the second last one and the last one and place it opened out on my bench. And the next one on top of that, and the next one on top of that. This way they are back into their original order. So I have 3 and 4 joined together. Now I'm going to add the top squares to the top of there. Doesn't matter which end you line up. Or maybe we better line up this end because we have another piece going on this side. So we'll line up this end piece here. I'm just going to take my pin out. And I'll join these together and get back to you. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces put together. We've just got our last piece to put in place. Now, provided you haven't mixed them up, then your last piece should be the fourth piece to your puzzle. You should have 4 different fabrics on each section now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to join this down the side. I made sure that this edge was level, and then I'll get back to you again. Okay, so now I've attached all my 4 pieces of fabric back together again. So I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of fabric.